business brokering is not very easy. Anyone that's done it and done it right knows that it's a lot more complicated than selling a piece of real estate, building or a house. And there's a lot more moving parts, and there's a lot of emotion involved in it. And I've got a little business that I'm working on right now. It's like I told the guy when he called me, I said, I don't think I'm your guy. I said, but he begged me to do it. So I went ahead and put it together, and I'm doing it, but there's so much to it. So in my agreement with him, there was a minimum. He had to pay me a minimum because I said, I don't know if I can sell your business. But to do it right, if you have any see what work ethic, or I don't know how to put it nicely. Some people just slap something up there and say it's for sale. I don't do it that way. I much prefer to get to know the business,
Oh,
put
absolutely.
myself in the owner's seat, try to figure out what I would do different. A lot of these owners like this guy is a 45-year founder. He founded it 45 years ago.
What industry?
It's manufacturing.
Oh, okay.
But he stumbled, right? He's 82 years old and he stumbled. He's gotten tired. His wife died, one thing or another. He's got health issues and so forth. And so he's not running his business the way it should be run. And so he's run it into the ground virtually.
Mm.
But he's kept
that's opportunity, though. It could be.
Well, that's right. That's
right. Yeah.
what I'm looking at.
I was in the manufacturing business for 45 years, so that's why I know a little about that here in Arizona. Yeah.
So Jim, what he's got is a very niche market in tube bending, small tube bending.
Absolutely.
That's very niche.
Yeah.
It's a $500 million total market, but he doesn't have the CNC machine. So he's got 6,000 square feet of old equipment. This morning, I just sent him an email before I got on this call, and I said, Gary, tell me what equipment, because I took pictures of everything. I went through there the video, I did still pictures, I did a legacy, a legend of everything, of these equipment. I said, now note which ones are important for the tube bending. And so what I'm going to find out is that a third of what I see in those pictures is going to be needed for tube bending. The other 2/3 is superfluous, right? So there's an opportunity too, right? But I don't want to confuse the buyer because we have 6,000 square feet. He's paying a lease on it, 9,000 a month. And he doesn't need that much space. He needs 2,500 square feet, maybe, or maybe less. And he could, it could be rolled up into maybe an existing CNC shop in a corner someplace. He's got himself and a son that's he points out is worthless, and 2 bookkeepers. Now, why we would need all that is because they're his friends. And that's the complicated thing about a business.
Yeah.
These people do these things because that's their social event. They go there, and it's unlike real estate. So that's why I like it from that standpoint, but that's what makes it complicated too.
It's different from real estate, definitely. And I think that could be good that he's in a leased building. Depending on how much he has left on the lease, but he could
right. He only has a year.
Buyer can buy the business and not take that building.
Well, he's actually a month to month, Jim. So I agree.
That's better.
I agree, and that's what I'm going to be proposing to the buyers, that they just go in there and take out the tube bending, put it someplace else, and maybe the existing owner has an auction on the remaining equipment, because it's like in a garage sale. I don't know if any of you have ever advertised things in Craigslist, but my personal thing is, if you take this thing I'm giving you, you have to take all this other stuff too. And it never really works too well, I don't think, does it? They don't want all that other stuff, even if you give the first thing to them free. So that's my challenge really on that business. If anyone has any ideas, let me know.
Not off the top of my head, but I'm happy to. What's his SDE? What does his number looks like? Maybe it
Well,
is just a good opportunity for somebody.
If I take out the rent, which is 9,000 a month, and that makes him break even right there. So the rent that he's storing all this old equipment is part of his problem. So he's doing about $500,000. His gross profits are 40% consistently across the board after costs.
That's good.
And that includes his that productive labor. So the non-productive labor, which he doesn't really need as far as I can see. So they'd have a pretty good little business there. Someone could have a nice little cash flow day one. So they just have to figure out where to put it. That's the only problem. That's my
that industry does pretty well in Georgia, manufacturing.
I'm from Ohio, Higby Manufacturing. They make a lot of tubing for the automotive industry, fuel lines mainly. It's
that's a high run. That's high run. He's low run.
Okay.
So he's very specialty custom. And that's the other opportunity, right? He could move into high run or longer run or more production manufacturing than what he's doing. Because right now it's just one off. And he's like, for instance, if you go into your living room, you'll see a lamp with a on it.
Oh.
I'd show you my lamp here, but it's too far. My lamp has a brass tube that goes up. That's the kind of stuff he makes, high-end tubing and flanging and deburring and that type of thing. So to me, it's interesting. But I'm just trying to do a good job for the guy. I'm not going to make any money to speak up on it that I can see, but that's business brokering, I think. It's
relationships and
yeah, it's all about relationships. That's right. That's right.